I changed like it was red, orange, lime, and green colored squares with white tiles on them to, you know, show the date and whatnot. But I have so many dots, like so many dots, that I just went through and just changed it. Like some of the numbers look better than others, admittedly. Um, but I mean, it's Lego. I can change it back around again. But I'm particularly proud. Like some of the ones there, I've got some video tiles as well with the dots and the 4. I like the 4. I think it's pretty nice. So yeah, just something I've been doing to take up dots real estate, and it helped me free up those white tiles as well. So that was a cool little deal. It's still on the traditional long white brick base, but I'm thinking switching it up a little bit because I also have this going too. There's like a color bar of 1x2 bricks, just to, you know, try and collect all the colors and get them in one spot and see how far I can go with that while I'm thinking about it before I put the bricks into something else. Noticeably missing here, I don't know if there is a light lavender, but it would be nice to have a light lavender. We'll see if it's there. I do have a lot of freaking dots. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Brickinista. And how fortuitous that you're here, because I got something in the mail today. 2 somethings, rather. Yes. Brickinista Broadcast Network and the May the Clutch Be With You sticker. Very excited. This one's definitely going on the old laptop here next to the Moto sticker and my Bricks LA sticker. But this one I'm going to hold back in reserve, and I'm going to set it back next to my spare Moto sticker. And, you know, just kind of have a thing where that stuff's all resting. But thank you so much. It's so awesome. Yeah, they turned out nice. Like, they have a nice matte finish to them, too. Like, I mean, you can't really see it on the camera so well, but you can see this, like, not reflecting anything. I mean, it's picking up a little bit of the light there, but it's just got a great finish on it, and it's excellent. Most excellent. Yes. Like them, I love them. They're fantastic. So yeah, just a couple little quick side things before I get into the main build I'm going to be doing today. Something I noticed. Well, I should have noticed it sooner because, you know, I've been kind of getting into blacklight stuff a little bit because I've got this, which isn't much of a blacklight, but sure beats what I used to have. But I got these hidden side heads here, and you probably can't see it too well on the screen. No, you can't. But they glow in awesome colors. So this is something hopefully I can figure out a way to do with in the future somehow, some kind of something. I don't know. I need more blacklight stuff. I need a stronger blacklight because there's an amazing amount of transparent Lego elements that pick it up. So, and I want to give a special shout out to this build right here. This is from Cowboy Cornado, aka Cowboy Kenobi, aka Corey. He made this chainsaw for his figure in. Well, he put it through a Halloween Tricky Bricks challenge, and then later in it's in the person's house. But like it's an awesome like Hagrid hobgoblin with kind of a like a hunting hat on, and he's carrying this around. He looks like straight up serial killer, so he's awesome. But the character had this chainsaw, which is a great chainsaw build, and I just wanted to point this out to everybody. It's very easy, very simple. It looks like a Husqvarna or something, you know. And yeah, so I used it in my camping mock. I'm using it in my camping mock because I think I'm going to go back and revisit the camping mock because I'm not 100% satisfied now. Because that's how things go, right? So I'm going to go back in there and try and mess around with that. Sorry, I'm trying to get my PS4 synced up here too. Okay, there we go. Finally, successfully, yeah. But yeah, so I got some wood for a fire, of course, and you know, you could chop it up with an axe or you could have a chainsaw, and that's a great little chainsaw. So yes, hashtag it's dope, yo. It's a dope chainsaw. and I mean, it's versatile. Another thing I want to point out too, and not a lot of people know this. Actually, I think it was Aubrey that was asking the other day about a stud out like connection in a very short space of area, and the chainsaw does that. You have two studs pointing out on the end there. Now it makes it a little difficult to use it like in a tight space, but if you got some room to work with, plus it'll take a bar on that stud too. So just a little something to keep in your head if you're like in a rough spot and you need like a super cheat. That's kind of a super cheat. Yes, the Fantasy Town character is awesome, and he's got his own house. The chainsaw guy we're talking about. All right, so I got that. We're talking about that. We've got okay. Last week we go. I have a number of things set around me, so I remember what I'm talking about and when to say it, or something like that. So we were doing like the train spotting mock that I finally got in order. Well, the parts for the fig came in. The parts generally are from the well, the torso is from the birthday party boy. That was series 18, I think it was. It was the one where they had the orange bases and it was all like costumes and celebrations and stuff. Yeah. So that's the torso I got for him because Renton in the movie has a short sleeve shirt with a tie. So that's a pretty good approximation for that. The face came from the sleeping boy, or the sleeping guy rather, because he's got longer legs. Can't remember which minifigure series it was, but he had like the blue pajamas and the teddy bear. But that was just a nice serene face that I could put on there. And of course, it's got the syringe. But yeah, I did a quick little chair and sofa there. But yeah, there it is. And I have not figured out a good way to photograph or take a video of this because like trying to do this while not, fudging the camera, it's impossible. This thing doesn't like to sit very well. So I'm going to try and work on that. So I can put it out to the world. I'm also going to try and work on these like YouTube shorts that I see people doing. It's long form video. So it's like portrait, which, yeah, I will get to the tripod thing in a hot second. But talking on these shorts, like it's a long form video, so it's going to be vertical, right? And I've had a great difficulty taking videos of my skyscrapers because they're tall, right? So I'm gonna be putting out a couple of YouTube shorts. They're not going to be very long at all. Just spotlighting the video or the spotlighting the videos, spotlighting the buildings here behind me, so you can see them in the long form and get everything in the frame at once. I mean, the format's not perfect, but nothing really is. So, we just work with what we got and see what we can do. Okay, so getting back to the tripod thing, may have seen it last week. I showed for a brief second that I was working on a camera rig for my phone out of Technic and stuff. I've got it pretty much done. And I have these tires here at the bottom to keep it from moving around, so it gives it that nice bit of friction. All I need to do is set it on a higher surface, and essentially that's a tripod. But I have it set up because I want to try and do some stop motion because I just kind of need to, right? Like there's things there's stories I want to tell. So I had to set this up so that it's incremental and manageable, and it's just not free flowing everywhere. So once I put here, let me show you. Let me get the camera and put it in there. Camera, aka phone. Yes. All right. So I have a dial back here, which will control this axis. Right. And so it gives me a lot of control, right, over making camera movements. And also I have it, and this is what I really needed to do, get it so I could tilt up and down decently. And that was a tough thing to figure out. I had to rebuild the whole entire thing. And this is what I have back on there for the dial. Probably going to switch back to a Technic gear because it stays on there a little bit more. But it was just a little, the one I was using was just a little bit big, and it was kind of stopping it from going all the way back to its hey Matthew, what's going on, yo? It was preventing it from going back to its furthest spot. But see, I got that rack gear there, and yeah, just created a long shuttle to move that back and forth. So yeah, so we got the camera set up. We're gonna start. I need to write a script. that's the first thing. I need to write a script because I don't want to. Yeah, I can't. Like you can't start like doing stop motion without a plan. I mean that's foolish. That's foolhardy. That's a failed endeavor right from the jump. So I got to get my stuff together. But I got a nice little maybe 2-minute script. I can come up with something, and then frames per second. Got to figure that out. Got to figure out a good way to get that moved. So things have to be sussed out, but at the same time, we're in the process of sussing. Okay. Another thing to talk about today, because this came in the mail and it was something I've been waiting for about 2 weeks, honestly. I've got like 2 or 3 projects that are waiting for brick, and so I put this order in a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, okay, this person's in Pennsylvania. It's not going to be too long until I get it, maybe 3 or 4 days, right? Because it's Bricklink, and people, generally get the stuff out there. But I mean, a week passed and nothing came out. And then I waited for the end of that weekend, for that Monday, for something to show up, or like a status to change in Bricklink, and nothing happened. So I dropped a line to this person. I'm like, hey, what's going on? They say, oh, they got a family emergency. Sorry about it. We'll get it out this week. They finally did. Thank you very much for it. They're giving me a coupon for 10% off. So that's cool. But all that being said, I have a lot of brown brick in here for my Nautilus build, which you may or may not have seen my Nautilus float that I was working on. Well, I'm turning it into a set. Like I'm turning it into a big play set. So like the entire thing is getting rebuilt from the ground up. It's going to be minifig scale. There's going to be a squid. So yeah, I'm working on that. That's something I want to get done and get submitted to Lego Ideas as soon as I can, because I think it's got some legs. We'll see where it goes. But there's some other good stuff in here as well. Other good stuff in here. There are some other good things in here. I don't know. I got up not too long ago, so this is still kind of early in the day. But I've got a lot of brown in there. I've also got a lot of medium lavender. It's like my favorite color right at the moment. Medium lavender and dark pink. So I got like a lot of cheap medium lavender and dark pink slopes. And I just kind of load up on this stuff. Like if they're selling them for 2 and 3 cents each, I just kind of go for it. Actually got the invoice over there. We can take a look and see what kind of a deal I got. But yeah, so there's a lot of brown. There's a lot of medium lavender. There's a whole lot of pink. Medium lavender has some great plates out there if you can find them. They're usually really cheap, like 30 cents or less. Just these huge plates right here. Was that a 6x14, 6x16? Yeah. So that's awesome. Like look for stuff when you go to Bricklink that not a lot of people are using that color, like not your common color, like more of a friend's color that might be a throw off color. Like that's how I got all that magenta on cheap for Galactus, is just going around to the different stores. Because who's building with magenta? Well, I'm building with magenta. Nobody else is building. It seems. All right, so I'm looking through here, seeing if there's anything else that's really a standout. I have these pearl gold clips, pearl gold side clips. I got those, I think, for a song, so that was cool. I think this is one of those things where I spent almost more on shipping than I did on the actual order, but I'm okay with that. Let's see what else I got here. Oh yes. Okay, so you see, Ollie is right there behind me, and been trying to work on a siffle. Well, I finally got the dark green bits to start working on a siffle. So there's a lot of dark green in here as well. So yeah, that's going to be some fun stuff I'm going to get going. And yes, that order came from Overstock Bricks. They got a lot of good bricks, good prices, but they just kind of had a hiccup there. But I mean, family emergency. You got to cut folks a break. The world happens, right? I can wait a couple days to get my bricks if y'all got something going down. So just saying. Yes, Brickanista. Doc was telling me too, like he loves Captain America, but like the Thanos is his favorite mech so far. So I'm gonna have to get the Thanos mech. I just need another small Thanos figure. I got one with the Mighty Micros, where I think it was Thanos versus Iron Man, which is it's a classic matchup. But yeah, this is why I love Brickling. Like folks will put a very this gives you an idea how what size that order was. They'll give you a very detailed list of what you got sometimes, and sometimes they just throw it all in like one big jankety looking. I almost went too far. You'll put it all in one jankety looking Ziploc, and then by the time you get it, like everything is so scratched up, and it just like looks like it was born in like dirt or something. So yeah, looking at some of the prices I got on here. 8 cents for this, 2 cents for that. No, actually 8 cents was the total cost. So like 2 cents, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. Yeah, so that's like how I shop Bricklink. It's kind of how I've always done it. Like try to do things as cheap as I can because brother ain't got a lot of money. I ain't made of the stuff, as someone's parents might say. But also speaking of Syphil and Ollie, as we were earlier, finally I got my Syphil and Ollie coffee mug in the mail today. Or actually, it wasn't today. It was like Friday. But it's a mail day, so I'm just tying it all up in one because I'm still on pandemic time. Good morning, Joel. Yes, and another shout out to Liam Lynch who did Syphil and Ollie. Sweet Electric. These little webisodes he did for Nerdist. So it's like a robot band, which is actually pretty killer. If you like Mark Bolan, if you like David Bowie, if you like 70s glam rock and things of that nature, you got to check out Sweet Electric. Like there's videos, like they're little episodes. It's almost like the Monkees, but like if the Monkees were like unbelievably cool, like that's the Sweet Electric. But yeah, the Syphil Ollie mug, it's a little bit smaller than the mugs I usually use, so it's taken me some time to get used to how much creamer to put in there versus how much is going to overflow when I fill it, because I use a Keurig, so it gives me like a dose. I do use the refillable pod. That way I can choose my own blend and strength and stuff like that. I mean, it gets a little gritty on occasion, but for the most part, it's pretty good. But yeah, I got that thing like a few years back, and since this pandemic's been going on, I've been using the choose your expletive and insert it there. I've been using the blank out of it. So yeah, forgive me for 1 second. I gotta plug up my PlayStation controller. For some reason, it wasn't charging earlier. Yes, the art of the perfect cup of coffee. Having been a person who worked at a bakery / cafe / coffee thing for well over a decade, I've served up many a cup of coffee, and I just got one thing to say about the Americano. Like, okay, so if you don't know, an Americano is an espresso with hot water. It's like, why? Like, if you like the taste of espresso, but like espresso is too strong for you, maybe you shouldn't be drinking espresso, right? Just get yourself an espresso. Get yourself like. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I'll do that if it comes to talking about customer service and things. All right, so that's all said. We're all caught up on the mail and stuff. Let's see. Showed you the Ollie and Syphil mug. Ollie, Syphil, Ollie. Yes, y'all. If you haven't watched, watch them. They're on YouTube. I think Anthropose is the person who's got like all the episodes up there, or most of the episodes. And there was a season 3 that's kind of lost, but some of that stuff you can still find out there. But yeah, Syphil and Ollie was like a late night TV show. It was like a talk show hosted by sock puppets, and it's fantastic. Still funny as all get out, and it rocks a little bit. It's on MTV, so it had a musical element to it. All right, so we're gonna get in position for the reason why this is happening today, the Classic Batmobile, right? Now, generally, 345 pieces, that might take me a couple hours. But we're gonna see how it goes with this. This might be kind of a quick thing. Yeah, I'm generally like what 10 bricks a minute, something like that for my build speed. So we'll see where we go from there. But get things situated here without spilling coffee or breaking things or having too much of a tumble. And there we go. Yeah, now you get a good shot of like how jacked up the space area is in there in the corner. It's just not yeah, a show about my life as a barista. Oh, for sure. Yo, I tell you, I could probably get 7 seasons out of that. All right, so we got 3 bags. Not as intimidating as it might appear at first. We do have some stickers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stickers. I think I missed calculating one because I was like, there's got to be like 9 stickers. That's what I was telling myself beforehand. But yeah, you can see I've got the space stuff going on down here in the corner. You can see the Saturn V, you can see the Apollo, you can see Millennium Falcons down there. I got an X-Wing, Slave 1. But I've got some bits coming, some shelving. I've done a video on let's see how I can get this looking better. I've got a video on one of the shelving units, and I mean it's official Lego, so I'm going to use it in a build because I'm a rebel. All right. And I was grilling yesterday, so I wasn't able, unfortunately, to tune into Brickanista's stream from the library with Doc, but I caught it out afterwards. And I kind of felt bad because like it took a minute for folks to show up, and they were like, well, usually somebody's here, and then what's going on with Debo? Isn't he supposed to be here today? Oh, didn't he have something going on? So I was like, oh man, oh my God. I've shirked my responsibilities, but I was grilling at the time, so please forgive me. All right. So we got our classic Batman here with the old school cowl. Got our cape, which this is, I don't think I've seen the boxes like this before for the fabric stuff for the capes. Generally, it's got like, you know, a little punch hole and you pull back, but not this one. Yeah, I know I don't have to be there for every episode, but you know, I feel the responsibility of a moderator, yo. I mean, plus, I mean, if for no other reason than like someone being there to tell you that yes, you are broadcasting, just to confirm that. Let's see here. I don't know. Maybe I got morning eyes. It's taking me a second or two longer than it normally does to get this cape on. All right, there, and pants. And pants have got, they're not dual molded, but they got a print on the front. And dual-sided faces on the Batman. Happy Bruce. Stern Bruce. Bruce with cowl. Yes. And after I finish this, don't let me forget. I want to show you all my Adam West autograph and give you a little story about that if I can. If like this moves at a decent pace, which it doesn't look like it's going to right now. But the general setup for this is pretty much the same as the gift with purchase Batmobile for the 1989 that they were doing on the day of release, which I had the opportunity to get, but I was at the Lego store for other things, and while I love that Batmobile quite dearly, I had to walk. I had to walk on it. And I mean, if I would have, hey Alexander, what's going on, yo? Yes. So yeah, we're putting this together here, but yeah, talking about that the Batmobile and my opportunity to get it that I kind of lost. Like before this, this has been just like a one Batmobile town. Like I had the same original Batmobile from when they first released it way back in what, 06, and I've just been rebuilding it since then. So, because I mean, Batman can't be blowing through rides left and right like that, yeah. So this is my current state of the Batmobile in my town. It's a little bit strange, I know, but but that's where it's at. I like it. I like it. It's got a nice low profile. It's curvy in all the right places. And I mean, honestly, that's important in an automobile. Oh, thanks, Brickanista. Yeah, that thing is seen so many revisions over the years. Like all the revisions. I mean, it's even gotten to the point now on this last build where I just took off the bat wings that were on the back because they weren't jiving with the styling on it. And I wanted to do something lower, and then I ended up getting these ones that they put out later that you can just kind of well, they got studs on them rather than the Technic connection. So I tried those out, but it didn't quite jive, so I just left them off, and I think it looks sleek. But I mean, if you've been watching this thing at all, you know I'm probably far too into cars for somebody who doesn't have their own automobile. All right, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, making the display stand for this right now. Yes, this is the classic one here, and then I just showed off like the original Batmobile. I mean, the canopy's still the same. I think the fenders are still the same. Very early on, I switched out the wheels on it because I got those from somebody who just gave me like a red bucket of old Lego stuff, and it had these great tires in there. They're nice and spongy, you know. So they got that good feel to them. So I switched those out, and then just recently I put hubcaps on there because I thought it would look nice, and I think it does. All right. So enough talking about the one that I'm not working on. Yeah. And then my Batwing, my lovely little Batwing, I had to cannibalize to finish the blue power jet, but that just means I have to go and hunt down another canopy. And I did. It's on the way already. I got that, like that Batwing was so hard to get to the point where it is now. Like it took a good couple weeks of just like trial and error with all my little black slopes to get something that looked just right. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool idea there, Alexander. I never thought about that. Like I've made pillow forts and like living room things and blanket forts and cars and spaceships and stuff, but I've never used the center of a leaf table for it. But that is a great idea. All right, so one thing we don't do here on the Don Brickles Network is we don't use Windex. A, because of bravado, and B, because like if I screw it up, you know, you're gonna see it. And we're going for that whole live thing, right? So live sticker placement. Going right in. The key for sticker placement is not to put it all the way down until you're sure that it's lined up. So you got to get like one edge, get the margins off that, look at the margins around it. And like with large area stickers like this, and it's very easy to screw that up. And then another thing you want to do when you do these ones is as you're putting this on here, like you've got to roll across it to make sure you're not getting any air bubbles caught up in there. So I did that on my on the sticker for the Yoda UCS build, and like every time the light hits it just right, I see it. All right, but I mean, in you know, just to put it out there, I've been doing stickers a lot longer than most folks. So, and you know, talking all that smack, I screwed up the sticker. But honestly, you know, this is I'm probably not going to have this on a display in town. Yeah, I'm just like a fraction of a millimeter off, you know, talking all that smack. But the key too is don't press down hard on these things, and then you can peel them back with relative ease. Welcome, folks, to the 1 hour stream where the dude tries to put on a sticker and just fails repeatedly. Okay. That's much better. It's much nicer. No air bubbles. All right. Embrace the Windex. You know, I do embrace the Windex, but I use the Windex for other things. Like Windex is a very big part of my Lego thing. That is how I clean my bricks. So what I do is I take a pick a brick cup and I load all my dirty bricks in there. And then I use so much of it, I get like the gallons of Windex. So I put like enough in the bottom of a pick a brick cup. Things are breaking. Things are falling. So I put enough in the bottom of a pick a brick cup to fill this little circle here. And then I just kind of shake it and agitate it until you get the bubbles all the way around. And then I like slowly rinse it over time, and it gets rid of like the nastiest, goopiest stuff that can accumulate there on your Lego, aka nicotine residue, right? I have a cleaning video. Like that cleaning video is what I did as my like announcement that I'm doing these live streams. So yeah, go and check it out. It's on my channel. It's like 2-3 minute video. It's not very long. It's not very good. It's lightly informative, so that's something. And I do need to go through all my videos because I have a whole slew of videos, and clean them up, get them more organized so it's easier to find things. I don't have like a playlist for set reviews because I don't really review sets. Like if I get a set, you know I want it, you know I need it for something. So like the objective review is not going to be there. So most of the stuff I make videos for is, you know, like shouting it out. But like there are maybe 3 or 4 videos where I'm critical of the sets. One of those being the what is it, the police highway arrest set that they came out with, and it's not 4+, but it's 5 and up. So like minimal brick usage on the thing, and it's Duke Detain in a car with Fido in another car. And I just posted the picture on Instagram, I think yesterday, of my Vito car modification, which was definitely needed. It needed to have that happen. Yeah. Cleaning Lego is an endeavor that I just don't like to undertake. That's why for the longest time I had like most of my architecture stuff in a glass display cabinet. But then that got too large for that, so I had to come up with another solution. So it looks like what we're going to be doing here is a little side-by-side old school cockpit action. See? Yeah, because we're building up this side to face out. So I think that's what we're doing here. And that is kind of really quite a little bit cool. All right. Red. Yes, your treehouse looks amazing, dude. Now that I've seen you put it together, I kind of want it. I kind of want to get it, but I've got no space for it. I don't even have space for that big blue power jet plane. It's actually on top of the Opera House right now. But that's just a testament to how sturdy that Opera House is. Plus, it's a STOL craft, right? So, I mean, it could probably land and take off from there, sure. I mean, it's not like a Harrier. A Harrier would do that, no problem. Yes, the city tour. Sure thing, Matthew. I actually have a video I'm working on for that, because you mentioned that before. So and I mentioned earlier in the stream here that I'm starting to get together some stuff to do some Lego shorts. So one of the shorts that I'm going to do is just like a quick 30-second tour of the city, going around like a panoramic thing, checking it out right now. So I'm working on that. I hope to do some more work on that today, because tomorrow I have a dentist appointment, and if things go south there, I'm not going to be a very happy person or able to do things. If you've heard it, Nora has just arrived. Hi, Nora. I'll probably be seeing her here in a second. Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely wanted the treehouse for all that reddish brown, because I've been slightly hoarding the reddish brown lately. And the foliage, like so much foliage. There's what, like 27 or 30 something of the green and the what was it, the flame yellow leaf pieces. Guess who's here? Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Little Nora Jean. Hey, girl. It's been a while since you've been on the show. How have you been? How have you been? Tell me about your life. If any of you were on the Tricky Lug call this Saturday, you may have noticed a tail wrapping around my head and torso. Nora found me at some point, and she made a little covert play for my lap. You want to help with the Batmobile? Okay. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, so she's a great pleasure to work with. Yes, you are. I'm just assuming some things on these steps because I can't turn the page right now. Thank you, Nora. Oh, cat. All right, so these is that's probably there. Yeah, actually, that cat I think was like an old school Belleville cat, Alexander. And then yeah, the Friends cat that I have is Checkers, because it's a little bit smaller. Checkers is like Nora's long; she's got length, but Checkers is like bunched up. She's like almost like a pug cat. Super cute. And if she weren't napping right now, we might be able to see her, but she doesn't really jump up anywhere like Nora does. Yeah. Yes, the custom Lego Nora is fantastic. All right, girl. Now you're showing everybody your butt. I just want to turn this page. Can I turn this page? You know, your mother might be watching right now, so let's there we go. Ah, she's gonna sit on it. Okay. Yes, I know. The world's so hard. Yes. So welcome to the Nora stream. I'm your co-host. Some might call me Debo Bricks. Some folks might call me the Cat Wrangler. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I know. You're very excited to be on screen today. Yeah. 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 So yeah, Nora is city inspector. She likes to get down and headbutt things and make sure that like all the city tunnels are free. She gets around. There she goes. Okay. So yeah, she's still here. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. And back again. Yes, Daddy jumped too far ahead on this. Hold on. See, that's what happens when I have to assume things and can't turn the page because of cat butt. All right, so they just have this, putting these here. Yes. All right. Okay, 4 clips there, or 4 brackets. And putting these single studs back here. Oh, the puppet back there, yeah. That's Ollie, actually. Here, I'll show him here in 2 seconds. I just want to get this one bag finished and then figure out how I'm going to deal with this kid. We're getting close, Nora. Things are happening. Yeah, she rubs her face on everything. She is especially fond of plastic. And Brickman Mosaics art, I won like a sweepstakes. I got a major award. So I won a thing on his channel. It's a little friends bag. And I had the thing sitting up on my little table over here. She like licked it nonstop for 5 minutes. Finally, I had to put it away and like open up the bag because I needed to get her to stop. It was worrying me. She's had a long love and fascination with plastic. Yeah, this sticker should be a little bit easier. Yes. Oh, perfecto. Boom. All right, so 1 and then 2 on that. Yeah, I'm so close to bag 1 being done. And then we're gonna take a look at Ollie. And then Syphil is on the way because not syphilis, Syphil, S-I-F-L. Syphil is on the way because I just finally got in the bricks to make them today. And boom. So there we go. We got our bat symbols on the side of the car. There. Yes. Put that on y'all. Put this on y'all. We are moving, folks. Adam West would be proud. Well, he'd probably say the only 2 words I ever heard him say to me, which was "Thanks, Mike." But he said it like Adam West. It was like, "Thanks, Mike." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so freaking cool." So I'm missing right here the seat backs. All right, so bag 1, we got 2 spares. We got extra stud and a pin. Shoot. All right, and that's where we're at after bag 1. Chassis pretty much down. And here is Ollie. Yeah, so the video box is just like a quick way to get, like, that was so temporary. Like I had them all stacked up, and I was planning on doing something with the clear bits, and then that kind of fell through. So then I just still had the stack, and then I had the Ollie head, and I just like had to put it somewhere. So like, all right, you'll set it up there for now. But it kind of looks like a shirt sleeve. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so that's Ollie, and he's the white sock puppet on the side there. And then Syphil is the green one, but he's like dark green. So he's gonna be getting made up before too long. What's going on, Tuscan Productions? First time here? Or possibly not. I don't know. I try to pay attention to things, but sometimes it goes better than others. All right, so we're getting on to bag 2. And Nora is staring me down. Nora's staring me down, so I'm starting to get nervous. Okay, she's gone on to cleaning her bits. I might have a temporary reprieve. All right, so getting into bag 2 here. Bag 1 went really quick. Bag 2 might take a similar amount of time to find out. So we're going to be starting fresh, and then we got this nice little snot plate, which I'm a big fan of these. You get them in the architecture sets, but I've seen them in a whole rainbow of colors at this point. Orange, lime. I've seen these in black and I think dark gray. Some lavender colors. And if you're not hip to the Lego lavender, get down with that. What are you waiting for? Boom, boom. There. And we're doing all right here, Tuscan. Just going through and working on this freshly. Well, not freshly. I like bought it day 1 online. It showed up a couple days later, and I just kind of held on to it to put it on the stream today. Because I am nowhere close to a Lego store, it's usually it's a little bit of a day trip to go to one. So I have to get most of the stuff that I get from Lego.com. Speaking of which, yes, there is another order on the way. That is the Star Wars stuff, because I had to get the Lars homestead on Tatooine for the little display bit there. I'm only missing the Hoth one, and that's just because I wasn't paying attention at the time. But that's an easy one to replicate. I mean, they're all pretty easy to replicate, minus like the 20th anniversary tile or whatever's on the front of those. All right, so we got this going here. Clone Wars, yeah, Clone Wars is like, it's totally a generational thing, because my generation, of course, grew up with the original trilogy. So by the time the prequels and the Clone Wars came along, like, we were so hyped about it. Like that was like legend to us, like all that stuff that was going to go down. So that when we finally saw it on screen, I think it was a bit underwhelming to everybody. Plus, George Lucas at that point was extremely rusty. So the first of those movies, not great. The second of those movies, not great. The third of those movies, slightly better. But then the Clone Wars came along, and I mean, once you take Star Wars out of George Lucas's hands, things get better. So with different folks working on that, like the Clone Wars looked awesome. And there's some good character action happening there too. Yes, my generation remembers drive-ins. I saw the first drive-in. Now, granted, I saw the first Lego, or God, can I talk today? I saw the first Star Wars movie in a drive-in. Now, it was like, I was born in the same year as the first one came out, but I saw it like 5 years later in a drive-in. It was like 1982. It was a double feature. I believe it was Star Wars and 9 to 5. And that was a great night at the movies, folks. Because, I mean, you see all the hijinks with Dabney Coleman, and then you see the Star Wars, and like, how can your young mind not be instantly transported? So stickers I'm lining up now are little parachute packs that go on the back of the Batmobile. And like, why are they doing a 1x1 sticker? This is impossible. Generally, when you have a 1x1, it's going to be a print. Yes, drive-ins are making a comeback, actually. And I'm cool with that. I like the drive-in. Now, you didn't really get stereo back in the day, but I mean, with new technological advances, they can do awesome things. So yeah, there's your two little parachute packs there. And so we got that in. That took forever. Now moving on to one of these tile plate hybrid things. Nora's still staring me down. Do you want treats, or do you want to go outside? What do you want to do? Like, not outside, but she goes in the sun. I might have to step away from here to appease the gods, as it were. and then return. She's got a little buffalo stance action happening over there. All right, boom, boom. We're getting the tail end of this puppy put together. But yeah, so drive-ins, like I hadn't been to them many times in my life, but when I did go, it was kind of a memorable experience. It was a different time. It was a different place. It was a different atmosphere, different standards for audio integrity for films. Yeah. And drive-ins are great places for folks to hold a swap meet, which is generally what goes on during the daytime at drive-ins. Sorry, probably not everywhere, but the one I remember. Now I need another bracket. There we go. And yes, she still looks feisty. Okay, page turn. Now we got some flame yellow hidden up in here. Flame yellow, bright, light orange. Call it what you will. It's still freaking awesome. All right, Nora's walked on. I think she got distracted by something. We can only hope. Okay, boom. And then we got the single curve piece. Where are you? There you are. And yeah, as you can see here, I don't know. I just go to town. It probably comes from my, like, I don't know, food service background or whatever, but like, why waste time setting something up when it's going to just add a lot more time to your thing, and you can get it done a whole lot quicker if it just works straight out from the deal. Yeah. Anyway, like, it's a mindset, it's a mentality, it's a sense of urgency, some might call it. Oh, what's that, Nora? She's found somebody. Who is Nora named after? Good question. Okay, so Nora's got a couple different things going there. Well, Nora is like the Japanese word for stray cat, because she was a stray cat. Girl. You can hear her in the... Yeah, something is going on. Yeah, knolling is too much effort. It's like doing something to just undo it again. It's like putting on pajamas. Girl, what's going on in the world? Because I took down my be right back sign, so I'm not going to be able to put up a good note if I have to disappear for a hot second here. All right, so boom, boom, boom. We're good. We're attaching. We're attached. All right. And since I got that tile down there, that leads me to believe that there might be some kind of trunk action happening here in a hot second. Okay, I'm being called away. So, folks, please bear with me for a hot minute. I'm going to go give this girl some treats and get her out of my hair. She's loud. Come on, girl. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll put on the treats. You stay on screen. I'll be right back once I get your treats all set up. Yeah? Okay. You're going to be back. I know you will, but say goodbye to the people. Hold on. Woo! So that's Nora, and she should be taken care of for now. Okay, so stray cat, yes. Nora, yes. But the name came from a game called Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, that Tiffany and I played a whole lot of. And there's this inn in town. Like if you played Harvest Moon games, like you have a farm that you have to run, make good with the townsfolk, get them to be friends. They'll give you recipes and stuff, and you can get married and stuff in the game. Anyway, so there's an inn in town, and at this inn, there's this cat that's running around everywhere. It's just like always there. And so when you go up and you interact with the cat and you have the dialogue, it says, "Oh, Nora, you're always here at the inn, aren't you?" So, so, so she's Nora. That's where her name came from, Harvest Moon. And then it was about that time that I was watching, was it Matadayo, or it was another Kurosawa, like a later Kurosawa film. And yeah, this little cat is, just around, and then the dude starts calling it Nora, and I'm like, what? So Neko is cat, and then Nora is stray cat, I think. She's back again. You finished your treats already? Sometimes you just can't soothe that savage beast. Boom. Okay, now she's taking off like a cat out of hell. And you might hear her singing the song of her people in the background here. It's just something you have to get used to. And did I put these on wrong? Did I do something inaccurate? Yep, I did. For sure I did. And I ain't got a brick separator near me. Shucks howdy. I'd blame Nora, but that would be too convenient. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, it's a dialogue with me and her. Oh God. All right, now that's set correctly. And then we can put this in here. Yes, sometimes you will screw up just the smallest thing, and then the ripples carry out. But it makes it easier to see where you screwed up. Fix it. Yeah, she's randomly darting around the house now. So she's probably going to dart in here at some point and jump on a table, because once she gets her speed up, like she is the fastest cat. She is so fast, it's like blinding almost. She's light. She's got the length. She's got one eye and nothing to lose. I need one more of these little dome pieces here. Not really a dome, more of a half cylinder. I'm trying to get it lined up just right, because you know with those 1x1s, they don't really always sit just correctly on there. All right, boom, boom, yes, boom, 4, check. Next page. Oh, there, 1x3. Let's see if we can get a see how much angle I can get down on here before my computer decides that I just don't want it open anymore. So yeah, cheese slope. Another one and another one. Okay. Switch around like yo. Set that up in there. Repeat for the other side. Yeah, I have 2 crazy little cats. And Nora wears on you after a bit, yo. Let me tell you what. Because like her hearing is not great. So she doesn't hear what she's saying. She doesn't understand how offensive it is to everybody. So it's kind of like a feline Tourette's. Okay, boom, there. Stays here. Yeah, so we're getting there. We're going. We're moving fast. And looks like there's a couple of these. Now this is the classic snot, right? This is what was there before anything else. Your little hinge brick. Making the impossible possible since whichever year. And I love getting these brand new because the hinges are so tight, so much friction. Of course, you get a used one, it's just like flopping in the wind. Okay. And then the lovely, rare, but definitely appreciated 3x3 plate. Got two of those here. Ricky needs to know all about the 3x3 plate. Howdy, Cowboy Cornado, what's going on? We are hip deep in the Batmobile build. You missed Nora. Should probably be back, but she was all up in this action right here. Let me tell you what. She was she co-hosted for a hot second. She took the chair for a good minute there. She's definitely making her presence known. All right, so we got two little control panel deals right here on the stickers. You see them right there. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I would rather have prints. Folks, you know, have echoed for many years across the Legoverse. I would rather have prints. But I'm making do with what I got. All right, so I grabbed the wrong sticker, but they both go on the same piece, just in different directions. So that's actually going to go there. Hi, Nora. She's back. She's back. She's looking at me in the hallway like impending doom. Like, you know, she's going to break free with some wildness here, but you just don't know when. It's like Jaws. You know the shark's going to break out of the water. You just don't know when. All right, so we're down to 3 more stickers left. Cruising on through. We got our control panels all set in there. It's looking like a nice little cockpit there for the Batman and Robin. Of course, Batphone in the center because that's how far ahead of their time they were. And look at this. There. And I just want to take a second to give a shout out to sci-fi and fantasy and stuff like that, because without things like the Batphone in the car, without things like tricorders and communicators from Star Trek, I don't know that personal technology would be at the point that it is today. So shout out and much love to there. And of course, you know, practical stuff like NASA definitely shoots forward technological advances. So yeah, thank you for all the space peoples. Thank you to all the space peoples. Sincerely, Earth. Okay, so we are getting the grill part down in here now. And hey, Fab Fan, what's going on, Jason? Yeah, I totally spoiled Jaws. Like, there's a shark in the water, and you don't know when it's going to come out, but it's going to get you. I'm working on the grill there. But I'll tell you this. Jaws is one of the movies I've seen probably more than most in my life. There's probably a handful of 5 of them, and Jaws is like right up there. Amadeus, Citizen Kane, and maybe a couple others would sneak in there. But like, I watch Jaws semi-religiously. It's one of my favorite movies from childhood. And every time I watch Jaws, I notice something different. Every time. And I'm probably pretty close to the hundreds of viewings for that film now. But every time I watch it, something new. One of my favorite things that I picked up on, like, in the last couple of years when I was watching it, is when Hooper and Brody and the mayor, they're approaching the billboard, right? And they're walking up that hill. When you're watching it in widescreen, because I'd seen it in like the truncated 4:3 form for so many years. When you see it in the widescreen form, you notice, and especially if you play basketball, that as they're walking up the hill, the actors are doing a 3-man weave all the way up to the point where they get to the billboard. And you see that? The Vandals. Yeah. So just something to pay attention to next time you see it. Which also has the most ham-handed anti-smoking joke that you've ever heard. Yes, Nora. I wasn't talking bad on it. I was just saying. She's very opinionated, folks. All right, so this is going to set in there. Boom. Coming up the sides. Yes. Hey, what's going on, Garicus Gamer? Hope I said that right. All right, now we're getting on to that. Okay, so we're going to have 2 2x2s there in the center, 1 each here coming off the sides. So we're making that nice little scooped front. Now, if you don't know about the origins of the Batmobile, like the classic Batmobile, yeah, Nora getting sassy. Nora stays sassy, dude. But if you don't know like where the original Batmobile came from, not like Bruce Wayne picked it up at a used car lot or anything like that. No. For the vehicle that they used for the TV series, this is a prototype. It is actually a Lincoln Futura that they did some fixes to. And the Lincoln Futura actually looks a little bit more outlandish than the actual Batmobile, which is really saying something. But being a fan of this car, like I am, you know, over time, you know, you pick up little trivia and tidbits and snippets and whatnot. And I have 2 pieces that I should have used somewhere. There's one. Okay. And the other one is going to be back here. All right. So we got 5 extras here from bag 2. The 2 dark tan, or actually that's nougat. And then slope and plate stuff. Good. Yeah, I probably am too nice. Plus, I'm probably just not paying attention to things correctly. All right. Bag 3. Surely it's the bag to be. Wow. Okay, boom, there we go. Now, first, of course, they're going to have you start off making the Joker. So we got the Cesar Romero Joker here in this lovely dark pink outfit, which, I don't know, I've got a couple Jokers in town. I might have to steal this one for my Sig Fig. It's pretty hot. Let me show you here. It could also possibly be an outfit for the Third Doctor. And it's got a little traces of the mustache there. If you can see it, don't know if you can. Little back printing, not much, just the indication of, you know, back of a suit coat. Dark pink hands too, so like right down to the bone. He's doing his thing. I'm probably not going to use that turn of phrase ever again, but you know what I was saying. There. So we have protagonist and adversary there. Protagonist and antagonist. And they want me to make a little grappling gun for them. Hollow stud. Very quick and easy grappling gun. Oh yeah, and Cornado, I was giving a shout out to your chainsaw earlier, and talking about the wonders of the chainsaw. All right, so bag 3, here we go. Final push. the final run of a 324-piece set. If I remember correctly, and I'm not just throwing out numbers. Let's face it, folks. Quite often, I don't remember correctly. And as a kid, watching Lethal Weapon with my dad, I used to wonder why he was always laughing so hard whenever, like, Danny Glover would say his tagline, his catchphrase. I'm getting too old for this blank. But now I get it. I get it, because, like, I am getting too old for some of this stuff. There, 2 1x4s. Click, click. 2 silver studs. Right? Yeah, right behind the 1x4s. Yes, Chainsaw Love. Chainsaw Love. It is not a complicated build, Joel. And it's slightly changed from the original one that came out with the Batcave set. But, I mean, this was the only reason I wanted the Batcave set, because I love this classic Batmobile. So this made it so that I didn't have to get that. Although it would have been nice to have for all that tan. And I got a couple of the other bits from there over the years. But the Batmobile, or the classic Batcave, I remember was on sale, like, for 30% off for quite a few months. But that was before I had the means to work that. Let's see. Yeah, until age 99. I don't know what I'm going to do at 100, dude. Like, I'm going to have to throw all my stuff on Bricklink. I'm not going to be very agile when it comes to going to the post office at 100. But, you know, rules are rules, right? Okay. Yeah, so May 16th is when the hashtag rebrick this. Hashtag rebrick this. That's when we're doing the slideshow. So you've got up until actual broadcast time, technically, to get something in if you want. There's that. And I'm probably going to end up doing another one, too, because I haven't done a spaceship with it yet. And I think I've had so many years where I hadn't done any spaceships. And I love spaceships. So, like, any chance I get now to make a spaceship, I'm making a spaceship. You only live once. You only live once unless that other thing comes through for me, but I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, you only live once. All right, and we're just sloping up this plate here. Getting all the whatnots, the wherefore. Another sticker. And the last 2 stickers we're going to be using are going to go on the tail there. Oh, thanks, Brickanisa. Yeah, Brick Court. Yeah, it came about when, it was, I think it was Glenn and I were talking about illegal moves on your stream. And then, of course, I did my smart aleck thing, so I was like, well, I'll defend that move. So yeah, Brick Court is where people are on trial for illegal Lego techniques. Because, I mean, if it's a legal technique, somehow there's got to be some kind of recourse for it, right? Like, if there is a law, then, there has to be a court in which that law can be either carried out, questioned, or, it's only fair. It's only right. Like, that's well within your Lego rights. You should be able to challenge all of that. Yeah, you were doing another re-brick, and I remember because you'd put a hollow stud on a pin, and people immediately leapt up and were like, "Oh my god, that's horrible." Well, they didn't go that far, but and I just put the wrong slope on here. But yeah, you know, yeah, I've practiced bird law for a number of years, so now I'm getting into Lego law, and I got to tell you, it's a whole new ballgame. Come on now. Of all the pieces in all of Lego that are toughest to get from when you set them down is these curved slopes. Now it's either with the 1x2 or the 2x2 because they sit so flush that they just never want to cooperate with me. All right, now according to this, it's that and you. I don't have the other 60s Batmobile for comparison because I at that time I didn't quite have the scratch to get it. Plus, I talked myself out of it and was like, "You're a one Batmobile man. You've already got a Batmobile. You don't need to build another one. Why would you want to do that? You don't have the space to spare." But then they came out with this, right? So, but no, I didn't have the money to get it at the time. I was eyeing it for quite a number of years though. Mostly because I wanted to get the pieces to build this, and I went even so far as to get the little bat 1x1 tiles here that I'm going to show you in a hot second. So I got a set of 4 of these already. But then, you know, that's just one of the things that I was going to do, and then, you know, that project kind of get put on the back burner, and I have so many back burners right now that I'm going to need a kitchen staff to tend to this stuff. Yeah, the 1989 one is still available, but that's for the big build. Like, if you want the smaller minifig scale gift with purchase, you're going to be shelling out the ponies. Pennies? Yeah, that's probably better. You're shelling out the pennies. I don't know if anybody is shelling out ponies right now, but that's got to be an awful hefty enterprise. All right, so boom, boom, boom. We got that. We got that. We got that. I'm sorry. I'm just getting I'm jumping ahead on the wheels here. I often do. All right, so now we're using the hinge plate or hinge brick again. There. Yeah, they've come out with some pretty good Batmobiles in the last few years. I mean, there have been some underwhelming Batmobiles for sure, but I like Batmobiles. I do. And that's why I've kept rebuilding mine, because at first when I started rebuilding it, the goal was to get it closer to the 89 Batmobile. But then it just kind of took on a life of its own because that canopy didn't lend itself well to the sliding and whatnot. All right, so we're going to do clip in tile, which a lot of people up to a certain point, well, it's actually clip in grate. A lot of people until recently would have said this is an illegal move. But Brick Court found folks innocent of the charges. So, yeah, set precedent there. I can't remember what set it was that I first saw somebody do that recently, like from Lego, because, I mean, people do that on their own for sure. All right, so we're going to need black plate here, 2 clip plates, 1x2 clip plates. Ones you seem to have too many of for some reason until you actually need them for a thing, and then you're 1 short. All right. Jumpers here across the back. Junior jumpers. Yeah, the flying monkeys. Dude, I so need, like, the flying monkeys. Because that's, I mean, again, that goes back to my Batmobile prejudice, to where I would not get another Batmobile to save my life. But I definitely needed those flying monkeys. I still need those flying monkeys because I got Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Lion, Scarecrow, of course, Toto, and I got the Wicked Witch. Got her, of course, from Dimensions. But like she came with a flying monkey build, which was cool. But I mean, it's not a flying monkey. It's not a minifig. Yes, we all need flying monkeys, and we all need a Gossamer build for the Looney Tunes. So that is something I'm going to be working on before too long here. Did I do something wrong? No, I didn't. Yeah, so it's going to be a buildable fig, kind of in the vein of my Mr. Snuffleupagus that I did. So it'll be scaled to the Looney Tunes stuff. And I think, you know, it'd be a pretty easy build to get together. Yeah, clearance is a wonderful thing. Unfortunately, I don't go into Walmart much these days. There's actually an incident related to Hidden Side, but beyond that, you know, their practices are kind of foul. I usually get my Lego at Meijer or Target, who treat their employees pretty darn well. Or I get them from Lego, who treats their employees famously. And, you know, treats the customers awesomely. So thank you, Lego, for all that you do. All right, let's see. We got a trunk. Oh, we got a trunk. We got a sweet blank trunk. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's so cool. This is so awesome. This is just it's the most excellent build here. All right, so boom, boom. And it wants us to put those on there, and then we're probably going to be stacking. Yeah. And the final two stickers are going to be coming up here very shortly, probably on these two inverted slopes, I'm reckoning. This is going pretty quick, you know, honestly. This is a quick little build. And sure enough, turn the page. It's sticker time, ladies and gentlemen, once I get these on correctly. There we go. And yes, just so you know, I did grab my own brick separator. No, one is not included with the set, but if you're any kind of Lego person, you've got brick separators that you don't even know what to do with. And I mean any kind of person. I mean A-fall, T-fall, K-fall, light Legoer, heavy Legoer. You got a brick separator. Okay, and that's just going to set straight up on that. All right, and repeat. Yeah, I mean, that's all in the cost of it, for sure. But, I mean, it's a quality product, and with the exception of reddish brown, by and large, you're going to be all right with the pieces. And if those reddish brown pieces do break on you, contact customer service. They will hook you up. I'll tell you what, I called them when I got the Marilyn Monroe mosaic, and a large number of the 1x1 round tiles were, man, I'm going to have to use the separator for the thing. A large number of the tiles that were included in there were like seriously scratched up. Like it didn't have the same reflective properties as the rest of the tiles. So when I did the mosaic with them, like you could see the ones that were scratched in the reflections. So I contacted them and like they were like, well, do you know exactly how many of each one you were damaged? And so like I got 136 of one color, I got like 200 of a different color. Just they look out for you like that. Like I was like, well, maybe they're like I'm missing so many or scratched up. They were going to send me a whole new mosaic, but no dice there. That's okay. They will hit you up with a yeah, some people do take advantage of it, but I am one of the people that say take advantage of it. Like, don't, you know, don't do false claims and things like that. But like, if you have a sticker that was in the box and shuffled around on the shelf so long that the sticker peeled off and is sticking to the inside of that thing, and then when you go to get the sticker off, like there's cardboard stuck to the sticker, hit them up and get another sticker. Don't say, oh well. I mean, you pay a good price for this stuff. You know, this ain't like we've been saying, this ain't exactly cheap. And don't sit idly by when you can get replacements. Also, don't be like a pain about it. And if you have a complaint to make, or if you have like an issue, be as polite about it as you possibly can, because that will make people go that much further for you when they go to help you out with that. Speaking from experience as a customer service person. Yeah, the Captain America shield. I was actually considering doing that, Joel, because we were talking about that it's like a misalignment of the printing pads. Just like very, 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 very lightly off. All right. Now I feel like I missed something here. Maybe I just didn't. Okay, I didn't miss it. I'm like, I'm on the wheels already. Generally, that's the last thing. I've got too big of a pile over here to be that far along. Hooded one, what's going on, y'all? I'm missing a tire. Ah, the tire hit the ground. I remember hearing it. Crash. That was my entire brick bin. Just went over there in the corner. Ah, well, you know what? It needed to get sorted anyway. All right, so there is Batmobile proper for the most part. There's another little bit to do here. Let's see. I want this on the bottom. Sure. I'm telling you what, the single stud connection for that little foam bit, the thing keeps getting squirrely and moving around every time I touch it, pick it up. Does not want to stay. Yes, always cover Lego bins, but that was a drawer, so uncovered, because that's what I do with my bulk brick. But I was actually working on a thing that I was taking apart anyway, and that kind of took most of the rest of it apart. So, you know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth and whatnot. Okay, now this seems a little bit strange what they're doing here. I mean, I get the arch. The arch looks right. It is the right angle and whatnot, but I'm going to show you what's going on here in a hot minute, folks. Let's see there. Making sure I'm getting these on the right side because this is not symmetrical. And of course, the red globe on top. Boom. And then that's going to go this way. All right, so there we go. And then the piece that they used in there to get that little bit, and you can see that wheel fairing coming off the side here. It's like a little wheel well bit, like a fender. So that's messing with my brain just a little bit. But I mean, if you're looking at it from this side, you're not going to notice that. If you're looking at it from this side, you're just going to assume that maybe that's going to be on the other side. So it's just one of those little things that's just going to play with my brain. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Stud shooters. Loading them up. God, I hate stud shooters so much. And, you know, stud shooters themselves aren't the things that I hate. I'll show you what I hate. I will show you what I hate. I hate these. I hate the triggers. I hate the triggers for the stud shooters. I really do. There's nothing well, I mean, there's things you could do with them, but it doesn't look good for anything that I do. Try and make a mosaic with 700 plus sand blue 1x1 plates. You know, I totally could. I've done less. New build tech grills on a clip. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. How that's a formerly illegal technique. Now has gone through Brick Court and the Court of Appeals, and I guess the ruling got overturned. So clips and tiles are now legal, or grills and tiles are now legal on clips. However, it seems that a plate is not. And like placing grills and tiles between studs is now legal, but a plate is not. So just an update on the court briefings from like the last year here. Yeah. They got the replacement slopes in here, so I'm definitely going to switch it out. But then I'm left with more stud shooters to try and store somewhere. Yeah. So there. Okay, I don't even know what this diagram is. I'll show you this because this doesn't make any sense to me. It does. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's showing the stud shooter replacement. I was gonna be like, what is going on with that arrow? Yeah, storing, organizing Lego is definitely a first world problem because storing Lego requires more plastic to store your plastic, which is killing everybody and everything slowly over time. And while we try and say, oh well, Lego's trying to be sustainable with green colors, let's face it, it's not going well. All right. Also, I've got these two 1x2 tile or 1x2 plates that. Okay, I must have totally missed the instructions for that. Yeah. I thought they were just like, here's a picture of what it's going to look like. Go ahead and do that. I just need to turn a couple pages ahead, and then I would have seen that they'd offered a solution. But you're gonna have to get those windscreens out to do this, though. And that grill clip. €4 per plate. Jeezily crow. That is not dope, yo. All right, so when you put this in wrong, you got to go way back. Or wait, what did I put in wrong? Okay, yes. Okay, I put the stud in wrong, so I actually had the plate in right. That's a relief. This thing has proven to be just a hair of a headache, but you know what? It's worth the headache. Although that needs to sit flush. Come on there. There we go. There we go. Get it? Come on now. Sorry, that was a little bit too close to meat wad. All right, there. Place these windshields to keep the bugs out of the face. Although, if he's Batman, wouldn't he want bugs in his face? I mean, wouldn't you would think Batman would have a nice diet of insects and such. All right, so we got that out. We got that replaced. We also got some silver clips here that I missed. The glove clip. the wonderful, irreplaceable glove clip. There we go. Now we're talking. Plus, I got spare batarangs. Got this stuff. Let's see what kind of trunk space we got here. 3 batarangs. Yep. So going to hold those stud shooters. Are they going to sit flat? And will it hold the studs? Well, it's going to require a little voodoo trickery here. All right, so we're going to put these in first. On this side, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and stick the studs right on the back. That way the studs aren't going to roll around. They're not going to get lost. Not that this stuff's ever coming out of the trunk again. Like every time Bruce goes to get groceries, he's going to see this stuff in there. He's going like, man, I meant to clean that out last week. Now I can't bring home the potatoes. All right, so what am I talking about? Bruce doesn't do his own shopping. Come on now. So yeah, there it is. $30. What a heck of a deal. What a heck of a deal. Yes. Yeah, the cowl looks all right. And like I would get it, but like if you get one of those things, I feel like it's a rabbit hole and you're gonna have to get more. That's just it. But yeah, this is great. We're gonna take the occasion to get the Joker in the Batmobile. So how often does that happen? Well, I mean, I'm sure it's happened. I mean, that's instant plot right there. And yeah, there we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Yes, the 3 ridge plate in the back. This is like the first of those I think I've gotten. Because I know they've been in a lot of Ninjago stuff that I've been eyeing lately, and I hadn't committed on it. Because there's that Zane's Minnow creature. Like some of the here, I'll bring this up now. Some of the news Ninjago stuff looks freaking amazing. Like the water stuff that's coming out now with the the Hydro Bounty. Yeah, I need that. And the island stuff that they're doing right now with the Great Teal Dragon or Dark Turquoise, if that's your pleasure. It's great stuff. And like, there's 2 more dragons coming out. There's a water dragon and there's a fire dragon. Now, the fire dragon is the legacy dragon. The fire dragon looks just killer, yo. It all looks great. All the Ninjago stuff coming up is great. So there we are on the base, on the display, and it spins just like your 1989 one does. Pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a heck of a value for $30. If I were weird enough, I'd get more. But I'm not that weird. I'm just lightly weird. So yeah. Yeah, sitting in the Batmobile together. They're friends. Batmobile side by side. Classic Batmobile. many year redone Batmobile over here with the spongy tires. I don't know. Probably going to be having to give up some garage space in the Batcave, but the Batcave is going to have to be redesigned whole cloth, as some folks would say. So from the ground up, the whole thing's going to have to get redone, which might influence Wayne Manor. So Wayne Manor might have to get redesigned. But I've got a lot of tan sitting aside, a lot of large tan pieces that I'm going to use for that. I need to get a couple more water plates, I think, because I want to do part of the Batcave is submerged, so you can get like bat subs and things in there. So going to work on that. Bat boats, because Batman's got he's got money to burn essentially. And I'm looking at that big pile of junk over in the corner. I'm just like, why? But I mean, it's the easiest stuff to clean up. And I knew it was going to happen. Like earlier, I had things sitting there, and I was like, all right, now if things go south, and if I bump this the wrong way, this is going to tip. But then part of me was like, so do it if it does. Yeah. Batcave redesign is definitely going to be a stream thing. Might be one stream, might be couple different streams. Mostly I got to redesign it because I now have a windowsill to deal with where the Batcave is at, so I have to account for that. Also, I need to make another base plates, just 2 base plates distance of space in there, so I can fit hopefully a future Lego set that might be coming out that should, I'm hoping, conform to the modular 32 by 32, but we'll find out. The Shang-Chi dragon on day 1, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not the only one that did. I think Flynn got it too, if I'm not mistaken. So there's no shame in the Shang-Chi game. Just, yeah, you got into vinyl. I'm into music. I don't have a record player. Or are you talking vinyl like pops? Like, I've got some pops, collectibles like that, but like as far as records go, I'm mostly a CD or MP3 person. I still have some cassettes, but I never got into the record thing because when I was a kid and we had a record player, like the needle was always needing to be replaced, and I was like, oh, that's a component that just has to, you know, just like, why? Just throw it on a CD and then I'll just keep replaying that, or take that, make it a digital file, listen to it forever. Okay, so there's the Batmobile. Yeah, it got done. Oh, Cowboy Bebop OST on vinyl. That's pretty good. Speaking of Cowboy Bebop, I had a 4-disc collection, and I don't think it was like an official release. Let me see if I can find the thing here. For Bebop. But yeah, it was like a special box set that had this little booklet, and I still have the booklet, but I loaned somebody the 4-disc set. Thankfully, I ripped the discs beforehand, so I still have the music. But yeah, loaned it to them, and then like a couple months later, they quit work, and then I never saw them again. But yeah, so I got a little booklet in here, and it's, of course, it's all in Japanese, so I can't read it. But it's got interviews with Shinichiro Watanabe in there, and yeah, just track listings and stuff, and talking about the original albums that they came from, like Vitamin Lists and those official soundtrack one. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop on vinyl has got to be awesome. I would like have that stuff framed and sitting up on the wall. It's so cool. God, I love Cowboy Bebop so much. Yeah, Discord's not like I check it because I want to be hip to the Tricky Lug game and see what's going on there. But I don't really use Discord that much. I only downloaded it last year for BrickCon, just to keep up on what was going on there, like outside of the thing with the challenges and whatnot. But yeah, I like check into Discord daily, but like if I have it running on the computer, every time somebody's put something in there, like there's a ding. And I could probably turn off the ding, but I just don't want to have to deal with the ding. I don't even want to have to deal with the ding if I'm not hearing the ding. If the ding is silent, I don't want there to be a ding. I don't want there to be a notification coming through. So I just shut it down until I need it. But it always boots up whenever I boot the computer. So yeah. But yeah. So yeah, if you're in the stream and you don't know, I love Cowboy Bebop. I love Cowboy Bebop, and you should watch Cowboy Bebop. It's only 26 episodes in the movie, but it's some of the greatest anime that's ever been made, for sure. And of course, I wanted to do some Cowboy Bebop mocks, but the Swordfish 2 and Phase Pod thing that she flies. Once upon a time, a monopod. It's like a monopod, is what I guess it's called. They're things I've wanted to build in Lego for a while, and then, you know, being an AFOL, getting onto the Instagram and doing things and checking out, of course, Lego ideas and stuff. I've seen some pretty great builds for those vehicles, so I don't need to do that. Somebody's already been there. And if I ever want to do that, I could just replicate theirs because they're just good. But getting the monopod cockpit is tough. Yeah, I've heard that they're working on a live action Bebop with. I know the dude's name. Who they want to be Spike. John Cho. John Cho is Spike, which I think would be cool. And actually, the person who does Jet, who does the voice for Jet Black in the cartoon, I was playing Ace Combat 5, which is an old PlayStation 2 game, but they re-released it on PlayStation 4, and I'm playing through it. And you know, one of your wingman up there is Swordsman, and Swordsman is the same guy that did the voice for Jet. So I think it's just cool right now. I'm like, yeah, I got Jet watching my back. I'm invincible up here. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. There's so much good stuff, and like on the other side of my my computer here on my laptop, I've got a collection of stickers that's growing, and the May the Clutch Be With You is going to be going on there. Thank you very much, Brickanista. But like it started with Cowboy Bebop stickers because Edward Wong Howe Peplo Cherusky the fourth is a hacker, and she always has these little emojis that are just awesome. So I've got like some Ed emojis back there and some other Cowboy Bebop stuff, and a Moto sticker and a Bricks LA sticker, and then soon to be a Clutch Be With You sticker. Yeah. So yeah, that sticker is Megadopio, and I also have the BBN sticker, Brickanista Broadcast Network, with, was it PD Panda? Yeah, Panda's Dopio. It's Dopio. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on today. Earlier in the stream, I showed like a Bricklink order that came in. I got the stickers there, showed them again. One thing I didn't do is get the Adam West autograph to show everybody. So that'll be a nice way to wrap this up, right? We got like 5 or 10 minutes. I could talk about the time I met Adam West. If I can get past all these down brick. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh boy. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Whoa! I don't have the insurance for this. Come here, you thing. Okay. Yeah, Adam West signature. So here it is. Let's see if I can show it up there without too much glare. So yeah, I had this graphic novel. Adam West was coming to Michigan State University to do a signing in a bookstore because he was working with this textbook buyback program. Like strange, right? But like they had a thing where he was going around to college campuses and signing autographs and stuff, doing like appearances. So like we got in line. It was at the student bookstore at MSU, and we got there pretty early, but the line was already huge. And they said at the beginning of the thing, you can get 3 things autographed by Mr. West. And like I only had the one thing. And then like by the time we got up there, they kept trimming back the number of things you could get signed. Like you can get one thing signed, and that's it. So so this was the thing I got signed. And it was very awesome. I was there with like 4 friends. We were all like work friends, and we were super excited about it. So we all went there on our off day, and it was so cool. Like it was a very strange experience. And of course there were very, very smelly people in line because it's a comic thing, and odors do accumulate around the comic folk on occasion. So waiting through that and finally getting up there and handing him the book, because I had what I wanted to get it signed originally. I had like this foam rubber, like old school bomb. So it was like a round ball bomb with a little, looked like a fuse coming out of it. So I wanted to get that signed because I thought that would be awesome. But I couldn't find the dang thing. So I ended up grabbing like whatever graphic novel I had that looked like it was more of a classic Adam West Batman. And it was Strange Apparitions. And this is, I believe it's Steve Englehart who wrote a lot of the stories that are in this, because this is it's more of like a Halloween-y type Batman thing. And yeah, it turned out this was out of print after I checked when I got back home. So yeah, that's good stories if you can get them. But yeah, that was the day. And then I got up to the counter and I handed him my thing, and I was all like, "Oh my God, that's Adam West. That's totally Adam West." And then I told him my name, because he always personalizes his autographs. Like everything he's ever autographed, it's going to be to that individual. So I told him my name, and he hands it back, and he's like, "Thanks, Mike." And I was like, "Oh my God, Batman just said thanks, Mike." And I mean, like, it's only 2 words, right? Like it's not anything that normal people will geek out about, but I geeked out about it because I was a child growing up on the classic Batman stuff. So super exciting to get that. Yeah. So Oh, that's that. I mean, it needs to be reframed. Like I threw it in there mostly to keep it from getting jacked up. Um, so I need to do something else with that. But yeah, that's my Adam West story and my Adam West autograph. Also, that was the very that was like the second week that I had like, because I had been like on the fence about getting a cell phone for the longest time, mostly because of plans and things like that. So I finally found something to work for me, and I got a phone. And that was like my first week using the phone. And going to see Adam West was the very first time I butt dialed somebody. So that, I mean, that was a magnificent, magical time, and so many things was going on. Yeah, yeah, it's that was something. So I mean, it's not much of an interaction, but like I can still hear him say it in my head because I'm like weird like that. So yeah, yeah. I met Adam West once. I don't think I shook his hand. I can't remember if I shook his hand. Hey, Monica's here. What's up? Ahoy, hoy. Yeah, I was just talking about my Adam West experience because we had finished the Batmobile, classic Batmobile, which I mean, it's got a couple little quirky bits about it, but overall, it's a fantastic build. And for 30 bucks, I mean, get on that. You got the classic Joker, you got the classic Batman, Adam West style, right? So yeah, and it's got the display stand, so it's more like the gift of purchase one, or actually, which emulates the larger 1989 Batmobile. So get down with that if you can get down with that. If you want to get down with that, if Batman's your thing, and if not, why not? So yeah, to Nate. No, it says to Mike. Let's see if I can get it out of here. To Nate. Oh no, actually, I had a friend that I was going to school with named Nate who would have so been into that, but there we go. But he's gone somewhere. Oh, there we go. You can kind of make it out where his M is big and loopy there. So yeah, Adam West. But yeah, Steve Englehart, Len Wein, Marshall Rogers. I mean, if you don't know who Marshall Rogers is, I'm not gonna bore you with who Marshall Rogers is. But yeah, like the printing in here is just like it's the old school stories. So it's nice and strong colors and it's like very direct. So it's when comics were good at conveying, the comicness to it. So yeah, there it is. There's the Adam West thing. And last time I checked, that thing was out of print and going for like $37 for $12.95 book. So I don't even know where it's at right now. Yes, back before computer colored comic books. Back when it was 3-color printing process. Yeah. So that's computer colored comics. When they could do it and get everything in there with like a nice watercolor wash and still get it into a nice dot matrix, that was cool. But like the computer colored comics are really what catapulted the prices for purchasing a comic book over the counter. Because normally before that, we were printing stock on just normal pulp. You were going to pay $1.25 up to like $1.95, right? But then you get the computer colored stuff, and they got to put it on glossy to make it show right. And so of course that's going to add another dollar or more to your comic book. And so I just couldn't keep up with it anymore, and was like, well, if I really want to read the stories, I have a library who has a wonderful collection of graphic novels. And Michigan has an interlibrary system. So if there's if there is another library in the state who has something that you want to read, you can request it through the MOCCAT system, and they will send it to your library. I haven't been reading anything from the library for like the last year, and of course we all know why. But once that starts up again, I can catch up on some older stories and stuff, and get with the goodness, as it were. But yeah, so we're winding down on time here. We're getting there. Getting with the Syphil and Ollie mug, and yeah, so that by next week when you see me, I should have Ollie or Syphil going pretty good. I should have those bricks that I spilled over in the corner all cleaned up. I hope. Yeah, libraries are great, Joel, for comic book resources, especially if you read manga like I do. And the site that you the site that you used to read your One Piece comics got shut down, and you got to find out another way to catch up on the 50 chapters you missed. library might be the good choice for you. Yes, future cleaning stream. That's like my dreaded stream, honestly, because when I have to clean something, I got to clean something. But I'm more of a person that likes the spray air if I can. Now that I don't like smoke tobacco in here, I use the spray can, and it'll kind of take a lot of stuff off of surfaces. But it can also blow your parts and your figures around like a small whirlwind. Yes, and insert explicative here. Oh, Sandman, Lock and Key. Yeah, I don't know. I've fallen out of the current stream of comic books. I mean, honestly, anything since 2000, I may have heard of it. I may have not. And Sandman, I thought wrapped up pretty nicely for me. You know, the 75 issue Vertigo run. I've gotten a couple of the stories that Neil did after that, but I think the last one I got was the Sandman story that he did with Yoshitaka Amano. That's got the nice painted stuff in there. So, but yeah, I was totally on a Neil Gaiman kick for a while. I got day I swapped my dad for 2 goldfish, Punch and Judy, Signal to Noise. You know, a lot of that older Vertigo stuff. But yeah, I kind of stopped after that. Yes, Dream Hunters. That's it. Dream Hunters. That's the one. But yeah, I was legit crazy for the comics back in the day, and I just don't read them so much anymore because I got video games and Lego, and trying to make things out of Lego takes a whole lot of time, especially when you're like me and you don't like want to stop working on it until you get it right, even if that takes weeks and months for a car. So yeah, it a couple things ended up getting supplanted, and my video game habit has been severely impacted by my Lego habit. So I need to find a common ground where they can reach some kind of equilibrium. Mutants with House of X, yeah. I don't know. I got rid of like a lot of my X-Men stuff, like I said, for like almost the entire run of Uncanny from like issue 104 to like 312. I had like a solid run practically with a couple gaps in the 120s. Not many though. But yeah, just like a solid run up to that. And then I just like started parsing them away because I was like in the mood where I didn't read them anymore. And now that I want to read them again, I've gotten rid of everything. But I still have the Love Death Saga with the Barry Windsor Smith stuff. I still have the Paul Mounts stuff that he did. Is that the name? No, Paul Mounts was a colorist. Paul Smith? I wanted to say it was like it was around the time that Wolverine ended up going over to Japan, and the whole little thing with him in Mariko and Shadowcat was going on. So yeah. Nowadays I'm mostly read graphic novels. It's cheaper, it's easier. If you have a library, they're returnable. If you don't have a library, they hold their value pretty well, and you can send them on to somebody else. Yeah, but yeah, Windsor Smith drawing Aurora Monroe is just a thing of beauty, and if you're not down with it, you need to get down with it. But yeah, so that's all here. I'm just like super anxious to get that brick pile cleaned up right now. You may see here in the back that my camping mock for the Bricks by the Bay coming up. Probably going to have to revisit that because I've had some ideas, and so I need to go back there and want to change some things again. But yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by. It's been a wonderful day. We built the Batmobile. We talked about Adam West. We took a look at my Bricklink order that came in. My Dots calendar, which is your standard Lego calendar. Just all the numbers are now converted over to dots. So there's that. The Brickanista stickers. The rebrick this for this month, the Captain America mech, $10. It's cheap. It's got a lot of good elements. Price per piece is choice because it's 121 pieces, so it breaks that 10-cent price per piece barrier very nicely. We had a Lego crash, so we had an accident on stream today, and how wonderful is that? We also saw Nora for quite an extended period of time today. She came in here and she kicked me down to co-hosting duties while she took over the stream for a little bit. If you want to go back in the stream and watch it, it's very easy to see where she is because like there's fuzzy whiteness all up in there. So that's happened. But yeah, so and I mentioned before that I was going to do the 9 Brick City 9 minutes thing. That got postponed because of I believe puppies needing care. So that got kicked back to this Friday. So it's going to be this Friday at 2 p.m., which is going to be when Tricky Bricks is going to be on. But it's only going to be 9 minutes out of there. Plus, I'll be able to squeeze back and check out everything that went on. So yeah, so the Galactus head. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do like a tutorial for Galactus, and it's going to start with the head. So my recommendation is like get a hold of some magenta slopes now. Magenta curve slopes. You're gonna need. Yeah, it is Lego. It is totally Lego. He is Lego all the way. Yeah, Nora Kim was awesome. Nora, she's good for a laugh. She's also good for a cry. If the mood strikes her, because she's cruel. She's a cruel little kitty. Really, she is. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on something for Galactus. Also, Matthew brought up earlier. I'm going to be working on a little updated Lego City tour. I'm also going to be working on some Lego shorts because they're long form and my buildings are tall. So it looks like a marriage made in heaven. And I hope I don't offend anybody with like funky aspect ratios on my videos. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. I won't be offended. I honestly won't, for real. I just look for a better way to show those off. And when I try and do it in the 16:9, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. So I'm going to be working on that. So yeah, profile aspect, look away, or don't worry about it unless you're on your mobile device, or just don't worry about it anyway because you're probably familiar with these buildings as it is. But anyway, that's enough rambling, I guess, for today. Brother, need to hydrate, get my nicotine on, and probably scrounge out some foods because the hunger is beginning to take over. I don't know where it's going to lead. Yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking it out. Thanks for stopping by. Going to do it again next week, Monday. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I hope it's not going to impede my speech in the coming week. We'll find out. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to be checking out everything on Tricky Bricks on Wednesday. We're going to be stopping by there. And if you haven't done your Tricky Bricks Logan build, I haven't. I've got ideas. I got my little brick-built German Shepherd around here somewhere. I don't know. That thing is, yeah, there he is. I don't know if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to do a Wolverine Logan thing, but we're going to find out. But yeah, so anyway, wrapping it up, getting it going. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I will go through and name everybody if my mind was good enough to remember. And if I hit participants, I'm going to miss people that were here earlier. So thank you all so much. Much love. Any suggestions on how I can improve things, let me know. Anything you want to see in the stream, let me know. Zhuzhing. Yes, zhuzhing is something that I'm gonna have to be doing soon. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. It's fun. It's always fun here, and I appreciate and love you all so much for stopping in. Keep building, make something awesome. If you can't, make something fun. I mean, that's awesome too, right? Yeah. I don't know. I'm vamping. I should be going. I'm rambling. All right. Bye, y'all. Peace.